This is the before shot of our customer's house in Tempe, Arizona, before we came in and did a full front and backyard renovation. This is one of our favorite projects we ever did. It was a design done by Kaylee Coulter with 88 acres. She did this incredible design full of native plants and rainwater catchment basins and definitely a zero-scape emphasis, but with also a little bit of gardening going on as well. The total roof catchment for this home was 2,770 square feet, which with an annual average rainfall of 8 inches in Phoenix, Arizona, although this past year we got more than that. The total annual harvesting capacity is over 13,000 gallons of water that we were going to put gutters on the home here and put that water into basins around the home. Now, this is what the house looked like without gutters. You can see big flooding would take place and, water pooling up by the foundation. And so our goal was to turn this drainage problem into a drainage opportunity. Again, this house was just grass front lawn in the past. Not much had been done with it over the last 10 years, and they wanted to spruce it up and to use some sustainability practices to turn their home into something really special, which they've definitely achieved, as you will see. First, we came in and dug out some basins, did a full clear out, and then the planting the rain began. And we put the gutters up, we put the drainage in, channeling the water to the basins, planted out our native plants, and this is what we ended up with.
All right, this is the final walkthrough. We do have a couple more things to do here, but for the most part, we are all finished here at our permaculture project here in Tempe. I wanted to just kind of go through and show you what we've done. We have a multi-basin system here to capture all the rain flow off of the home. So from here over, we're draining over here, and then from this roof line over, draining into this little side basin. Now, this basin is definitely dug out nice and deep. We mulched it in the middle, and then we rip-wrapped all around. And you can see here, we got I'll go through some of the plants we've done too. We got our Perry's agave, Blackfoot daisies, which are blooming this time of year. An awesome native pollinator, Blackfoot daisy. Always will have desert milkweed in our designs as much as possible. And they already got a lot of butterfly action this fall here in Arizona. We've had a lot of butterflies coming post monsoon here, although the monsoon's technically not done. There we go. And this is our downspout. Going to catch the major pool of water. We rock this area so for erosion reasons. You just want to, I love mulch basins, but you got to be careful putting mulch basins next to the high flow water. So anywhere where there could be high flow water will move your mulch. So you want to kind of slow it down with some rock, let it sink into there. And then when that fills up, it'll slowly overflow into the mulch basin all the way down. And there we go. We got some woolly butterfly bush, native to Chihuahuan Desert in Texas and central northern Mexico, and a bunch of Blackfoot daisies. We have over here the greatest tree of the Sonoran Desert, the desert ironwood, Olnea tesota. We have some purple hearts here that are going to be some great ground cover. Some agaves right next to it. There we go. We got some Chick-fil-A garbage that blew in last night. But again, now you'll see here, this roof line comes here, underground and over. And you can see right here is where that water comes out of. and then we'll fill this basin, and then it'll overflow through the rocks and then into the other mulch basin. We use some of this black border material to separate the, you can kind of see it a little better here. This metal flashing that they sell at Ewing Irrigation. Then we can separate our mulch from our rock and our quarter minus from our half-inch rock. So right here we have 3 separate materials that we used all throughout: half-inch rock, quarter minus rock, and our wood mulch. Here we have our desert lavender, a native lavender. It's a lavender that actually grows here, unlike Spanish lavender, which is, in my opinion, an annual. It just can't handle the heat. More agave. We got gopher plant. We got the good luck tree. This is actually native, succulent, native to Africa. Really gorgeous. We got some rosemary and another desert lavender. And then we have, again, we have our woolly butterfly, desert milkweed. Right here we have our Candelilia, which is a really great plant. It's gonna make some nice spires on the spillway there. And the shadow kind of blocks it, but one of my all-time favorite native plants here, Tuberosa, one of the great hummingbird pollinators of the Sonoran Desert. Again, nice way to, over time, these guys will sink their roots underneath and be benefiting from that basin water. Same with this guy, and we have a centerpiece here is our Ocotillo. Another just quintessential Sonoran Desert plant. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, Tuberosa, they're pretty big and they'll spill over into the rock and start covering up some of that rock, and because we're on the north side of the house, they're going to really want to grow that way to reach for the sun. So there you have it. Okay, now I'm coming here into the backyard, and I'll show you here again. Everything in this whole design is based on the drainage. So we have this side roof here. It comes down, downspout, and then underground, underneath the pathway, into here. Well, under those rocks, you can see it. Boom, our pipe. So this one is not connected to a tank. This will fill that water up, or fill this mulch basin up, I mean. And then once it overflows, it's going to want to go down this side into our basin back here. So we pitched that right, so everything has been graded to move water. So we'll make our way around. We have our Angelita daisies here, which are a really great plant. Yellow flowers, Blackfoot daisies again. Here's our the red Baja fairy duster, an awesome plant that'll cover this whole wall. It's a large shrub. Fantastic. Again, using some of the same riprap. The thing about ordering riprap rock is you get a lot of the real fine crushed stuff at the bottom, but we love it because you can really use it. It's a beautiful stone to kind of use for tops of basins, sometimes at bottoms of basins, wherever you can use it and make it look pretty. More Candelilia, some of these sages that were here before. We have our creosote bush right here. It's hard to tell, but again, this is another quintessential plant of the Sonoran Desert, Mojave Desert. I think maybe we have some of them in the Chihuahuan Desert, but awesome plant. That is the smell of the desert when it rains. That's that smell. We have here, now this is going to be the place for our tank. We're still waiting on delivery of it. Tanks are kind of back ordered right now. So this white pipe is connected to the whole back of the gutters. And I'll come over and show this real fast, and we'll come back to the plants. So all that, you can see that piping right there, coming down, sorry, and then in the ground, and then over here. Let me zoom out, sorry for my crappy camera work there. But comes in and then over, and then that's where that white pipe. Now right now, it's until the tank gets here, it's underneath that rock. There's an outlet where it drains out and will fill this basin. For now, but once the tank gets in, we'll close that off, and it'll just be used it'll have a cap on it, but with the ability to drain it, so we can drain all the water out of the pipe. But this will go up and over and into their tank. They're going to have an 870 gallon Enduraplast tank here, and then when that tank overflows, this will be the basin for the tank overflow. In these green hopseed, another awesome native privacy hedge type of shrub that does really good out here. Great for blocking walls, great for blocking tanks, you name it. It's fantastic, and these guys are really going to benefit from the deep water that this mulch basin has. Now we have a transfer pipe. It's under those rocks there that they go across, that when that basin fills up, it's this basin's, it'll transfer over to this middle basin back here. This is a pretty large basin. Again, this one's the one connected to the very first basin we showed. So again, that one will overflow into here, and this guy will overflow into there. So again, we have back behind there, the tree holding it down is this Texas ebony, great Chihuahuan desert tree, one of the richest green leaves. This is actually kind of light because it's a young tree, but as they get older, the green really, it's just this dark, rich green, one of the most vibrant green colors out there. Now, it's a thorny tree, but they're really pretty. Arabian jasmine for the smell. Oops, sorry, fingers in the way. We have our fire pit area right here. We have some jojoba in the back there, another great shrub that can get really huge, block the wall. Same with the Arabian jasmine. Can be some large, 6 to 8 feet tall shrubs once they're nice and mature. Candelilla, more milkweed, more blackfoot daisies. Got some bougainvillea torch in the back for some nice color, and another large creosote to just fill this wall area. Again, now we have all this drainage here is all graded to all the ground here will drain into this guy and come back into the mulch basin. So in many ways, this basin right here is kind of the like a middle basin that's receiving overflow from two other basins, plus all the drainage from the back corner here. Now we have another pipe. Again, they're kind of hidden under the rock, but you can, I'll move them out of the way. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. Hiding under there, that when the water in this basin gets to a certain level, now it's gonna go this way. Okay. And then that one is, there's a pipe underground all the way over to this basin over here. And before we move on, this center area here, a desert ironwood, one of the all-time greats. Gonna be an awesome shade tree. Shade this corner. This is the southwest corner of the home, which is one of the real hot spots of any home in the northern hemisphere, and especially when you live in the desert. So a tree like that to grow, get some great shade on that part of the house. And this is their bedroom right here, so that's an even more reason to make sure it's nice and shaded. All right, so we're moving on. Got some awesome Perry's agave in here, more creosote, more sage. We have our pale leaf yucca, more blackfoot daisies around here. On the back wall here, some more green hopseed. Again, hopseed, a great hedge, a natural hedge. So this basin right here, the water comes in out the side, and when this fills up, it's gonna keep moving all the way to the back here. Got this nice quarter minus pathway. Quarter minus makes it's a great material for pathways. Our little basin over here with the tuberosa, and here we are in this nice corner. You know, basins can be beautiful and also extremely functional. And we got jojoba in the back. They had an existing Texas Mount Laurel that we're going to try to nurse back to health and see if we can keep it. It was existing here already, this red bird of paradise. And here we go, man. This is it was a wonderful job. We spent a lot of time here, but I'll go one more time around. But again, and we have, by the way, I forgot the garden bed here, just a little 4x4 garden where they can grow some vegetables and some herbs. You know, we can use that water that'll be in the rainwater tank to water. Right now it's hooked up to irrigation, but once that tank fills up, when it gets here, then they can start using that for their garden water. So here you go. I'll walk you through again one more time. You can see all these basin systems. It just looks gorgeous and extremely functional. So one of my all-time favorite projects I've ever worked on.